Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to a new session of your Class 11 Entrepreneurship Children. We were seeing about the various types of entrepreneurs based on their personality traits. So, in that we have seen three different types. First one was trailblazers, and then we have seen about go-getters, and the third one was managers. So, now we are going to start with motivators. They have high level of sociability and an above average level of dominance and are both driven and independent. This also gives them the ability to work well under pressure and in autonomous situations. It also means that they will be a great consensus builder, a good collaborator and a driver of change. Just like the name suggests, they are the consummate motivator who does well working by, with and through others. So, these motivators are the people who have high level of sociability, which means they can easily move well with people, right? And an above average level of dominance. So, they are also dominant just by motivating others, just by influencing others through their thoughts, right? So, they are above average level dominant people and are also both driven and independent. They are driven by the various forces, at the same time they are also independent, and this also gives them the ability to work well under pressure and in autonomous situation. So, here as we are seeing that they are driven and also independent, right? So, as they are driven, they can work under a pressure, maybe under a boss, they will be ready to work. And at the same time, they are independent, which means they can handle autonomous situations also. Autonomous is nothing but they will be given their own rights to decide upon the things, right? So, it also means that they will be a great consensus builder, a good collaborator and a driver of change. So, they basically be a very good relationship maintaining person, and they have more values which they will be able to move along with the people, and of course they are very good collaborators and of course a driver of change. They can bring in a change. Just like the name suggests, they are consummate motivator who does well working by others, with others and through others, right? So, they can very well work just under others, being under the control of someone. They can very well work as an employee. At the same time, they can very well work with, along with others. They could be a very good teammate and also they could be a very good leader, right? That is all about motivator. We will see further the motivator's business strengths. So, what are all the strengths of business for an motivator? The motivator's business strengths could be retail, which will be their game, or any environment where people are large part of equation. So, their strength is retail, and especially where people are large part of the equation, they play a very great role in that particular area. So, they do well in almost any business that involves people, as long as it is a somewhat non-confrontational environment. So, as long as they need not fight against others, they need not oppose others, they need not go against others, right? They can very well work in any kind of environment. They can be convincing and avoid most confrontations. Confrontations is nothing but any kind of misunderstandings. So, they are very convincing, okay? They can easily convince people, and also they are trying their best to avoid any kind of misunderstandings by creating a strong emotional argument. So, they basically have the values of emotions. Motivators do well in the toughest of customer service roles, as they are able to see both sides of argument. So, when they are put up in the customer service roles, they give their best, because they are the people who can easily understand about both the sides of the argument, right? Then they tend to deal with even the most negative arguments by using 3 F's: feel, felt and found, saying, I understand how you are feeling. In the fact, I have felt the same way, but when I learned, what I found was this. So they can easily convince people with 3 F's. One thing, feel. Second one, felt. Third one, found. Okay. So I can understand. See, when they are convincing a customer maybe on an issue, usually the customer service executives whom we call up for any particular issue, maybe for AC service, mobile customer care, we call them, right? So those people are generally the motivators. Why? Because they talk very pleasingly to the customers. That is their job. They should convince the customers to their point. That is their role. So they are mainly doing that job, right? So they clearly will convince in such a way that they will first put a word that, yes, I can understand your problem. Even when you call the customer care and when you give up your complaint, they will first say, yes, I understand your problem. First, sorry for the inconvenience. Even I feel the same as you said, right? And finally, but after seeing all the issues in the system, this is what I have found. So they will insert their point at that place only. From the beginning, they will not argue at all. First, they will accept the customer as they say, right? Yes, I can understand you. Whatever you say, yes, you are right. Even I feel the same way, right? So that is how they first say. First thing is, I can understand you. Second thing, yes, even I also feel like the thing which you have said. Yes, then what they say, after I have learnt the thing, but when I learned, now they have to insert their point. What I found was this, right? So this is how the motivators should convince the customers. And motivators excel at leadership or sales. They do well in business with partners or in a business that involves others. So somehow they are always very well working with people, right? Motivators are good at nurturing relationships and often do best in business that involves keeping clients for the long term. So long-term clients, usually these people will have, because they always maintain good relationship, they always grow good relationship. They thrive in a team environment. So they give their best when it is in a team environment. Now moving on to authoritarians. They are the backbone of the society. Why are we saying this? We will understand it. So authoritarians are the loyal workers who make the world function. They make their products, service their systems, and always do it right. Right? As an authoritarian, they may not always be the best founders of an entrepreneurial enterprise, but they can be an excellent distributor, right? So they may not always be the best founders, but they are excellent distributors, franchisee or owner of an existing business. They can do well when they purchase an ongoing operation. So these people, they are not a new founder, okay? They are not going to start anything new. They are authoritarians, which means they develop their product, they service their product, and they definitely will do it right. That is their that is the type of personality they have. So they are not always the best founders, but they are definitely an excellent distributors, right? So when they take up the existing business, right, they perform even more than the best level, right? And they are detail and tactic oriented and motivated by doing things one way, the right way, right? So they know what are all the tactics to convince the customer. They know what are all the tactics to reduce cost. They know the tactics to service a particular product. They know everything about that. So they are also motivated by doing things in only one way. Okay, they know to do the things by only one way, and that is the right way. Okay, so they are very conscious and cooperative, following rules, procedures and policies carefully, very thorough with details. They are cautious, deliberate, logical and analytical. They are also relaxed, patient and accommodating by nature, and are a great team player who tends to avoid confrontation. So these people are very conscientious and cooperative, so they always want to follow the rules and regulations, the laws and policies very carefully. Okay, so they never want to just deviate from the rules, and very thorough with the details. They know all the details very well, right? They are cautious, they are very careful, deliberate and logical and analytical. So they analyze things before starting to do it, right? And they are also relaxed, patient and accommodating by nature, right? They are not in a hurry, they are not very aggressive, they are not very dominating, right? So they are just relaxed, and they accommodate themselves in any kind of environment and are a great team player. So they are a very great team players, and they tend to avoid confrontation. Confrontation, as I said, they maximum try their best to avoid any kind of misunderstandings. So the examples of businesses that fit this personality type would be dry cleaning stores and liquor or convenience stores, where the need for the product or service is strong. They grow their customer base, embracing them with loyalty. They see their customers as an extension of their family. So the strength of these people, these authoritarians, business strength is usually the dry cleaning stores, where they provide service to people. The same way liquor or convenience stores. So all these, see, these products and services, though they are not good, but then it has its own demand even today. So on that case, they play their best in this market, and they grow their customer base, embracing them with loyalty. So they treat their customers with utmost loyalty. So because of that, they have a very strong customer base, right? So they also treat customers like the extension of their family. And the authoritarians' business trends, they often refers to themselves as accidental entrepreneurs, because they may end up running a business that was never part of their original plan. So they always call them as accidental entrepreneurs, because their plan would have been different, but practically they would have been in some other line of business, right? So we usually say these words, no, I plan to do this, but I am doing this. So that is how the change happens, right? So they themselves call them as accidental entrepreneurs, and consequently they are best served by going into a business that embraces their level of expertise or allows them to develop a new level of expertise. So they are best served by going into a business that embraces their level of expertise. So in which field they are expert, when they get into that particular field, definitely they are giving their best. And of course, they develop their expertise also. Because they are accommodating, they may dislike prospecting, so they may need to be in a business where customers or clients are driven to them, right? So they are more customer focused, so that line of business will be their strength. Most authoritarians need a partner with a stronger natural ability to prospect or network. So to communicate with more people, to be dominant, to be a good leader, they need people along with them. Okay, so they require a partner who will be dominant, who will be very not so friendly as these people are. So they require some people like that so that their work will get done. They can be very successful buying a franchise or business opportunity as long as the organization is well supported with advertising and marketing. So as long as the organization is very well supported, okay, they can give their best, right? So with that, we are coming to the end of this session. See you soon in the next session with more types of entrepreneurs based on their personality traits. Thank you. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.